What a good time to figure it
start
out.
differently this week.
As you hit record,
We'll start it with this then, because Brandon's chirping the way I start the podcast, and
chirping the way you ask.
I don't disagree. I'm not very good at this.
I'm very good at this.
I'm good at saying the exact same thing. I'm not a very creative guy. Typically,
you're not gonna say you're creative.
I'm not artistic.
If you go to the Instagram pages that we have, a lot of those is this man here.
I am strategically creative.
Right. So creative. I asked if I could lend a hand. He basically said, "Look, I'm not creative enough," and that he would take over. So I understand.
Send me ideas. I'll put them into fruition.
Yes, I'm not creative enough. I get it. I understand.
All right, yeah. Welcome back to the Two-Way Hockey Podcast. We don't have a lot today.
No.
But we're trying to get 2 out a week, so we might as well throw this one in there and have some fun with it.
Again, no stars.
No stars. This is cool when we don't have to do stars.
Yeah,
it's like
makes it easier.
Less graphics for me to do.
Less creativity.
Yeah, I don't have to be. That's easy though. I just plug pictures into that.
Right. Don't say it's easy. No, it's hard. It's hard work, guys.
Yeah, it's so hard.
Put hard work.
What we do for you people is incredible,
and what you do back is great. So
yeah, it's we appreciate the hell out of it. Yeah, I got a new line of merch coming out soon. Okay, whenever I get it all finished. Brandon's seen some of the designs. I have a lot more to show you, by the way.
They're really nice.
I could use some help from anyone listening. I need nicknames from guys around the league. That's kind of incorporated in our. Yeah, I have a lot right now, but I need more, specifically from like the teams I don't really watch, because I don't know, like Anaheim, Ottawa, Buffalo. I got next to nothing. So yeah, all the help I could get would be great. Yeah, all right, moving on to actual shit. We'll start with the Leafs because thank you. Be creative. I sound like garbage. Do I sound like garbage to you?
No, you sound good actually. It's actually helping, I think, this episode that you have a little rasp in the voice. It's a little more soothing in the way. Yeah. Nice. It's nice.
Like ASMR, yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, we're doing well here. Maybe you could tag that in the in our headline now. We get the AMSR or whatever it is.
ASMR.
Is that what it is? Yeah, I don't even know, man. Don't listen to it. Apparently, it's picking up steam though. So
it's huge. I don't think we're gonna get into it because
I hope not.
I don't think that's a job for us.
No.
The Leafs. I've been a tire fire a little bit.
It's been a little weird, yeah.
So we recorded on Tuesday, and that was the day of the Penguins game.
Right.
The
first Penguins game.
Yeah, the first Penguins game.
Yep.
And they lost 4-1. 4-1? 5-1? 4-1. 4-1,
yeah,
right?
Sure.
And it was a nightmare on Twitter for 2 days. Just a whole lot of really bad takes. Oh, before we even get there,
that's just the Leafs nation, though.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. But I completely forgot. Before we even get to that, so last podcast we talked about Janssen being out 8 weeks with knee surgery.
Right.
Now he's out 6 months, which makes a little more sense.
Well, it was like 8 weeks times, the number we missed, I guess.
Yeah, apparently. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, that's a big jump to go from 8 weeks essentially to now we're 6 months.
6 months.
Because what is that? So you go from 2 months to 6 then.
You just triple the amount of time. I'm like, awesome. Okay, which is tough because, I mean, it helps the cap relief, but he won't be back for the playoffs.
Right.
So that's
he won't be back until next year playing for you. So yeah, that's a real tough blow to the team, I think. And but it does give you a little bit of an opportunity to make a move, right? They made that move very under the radar, I think. I don't know if it's gonna move. Yeah, I kind of was just like, who?
Yeah, so Dennis Mulligan. They brought in Dennis Mulligan for Mason Marchment, which I thought was a pretty good move. It's weird given the timing.
It's not a move that because the other moves that we'll get into, right? Those are much more like solidifying moves for like a piece to go, right? Like this is just very like it could have been an off-season move realistically. That's
this one's a really good trade, but I don't see how it makes a difference.
Yeah,
I don't really. I mean, obviously it did, it worked, but
gives you depth.
If Dennis Malkin here, came in, looked looked good in his first game, but it's just a weird trade. I think Mason Marchment's kind of a 4A player in the sense where he's good. He's really good in the AHL, but he comes up and he's not quite NHL ready.
Right.
So he's either going to be a career fourth
So
liner.
you have
or
a guy
third
that's
liner.
NHL ready, yeah. But you have a guy that's NHL ready then.
Yeah. So it helps, especially when you lose Janssen. You can bring Mulligan in and kind of fill the gap a little bit.
I honestly hope they do make a move that's more than just this.
Oh yeah,
because there's
not a lot left though. Is the problem?
No, and that's the issue. Is that it seemed like everybody went out and grabbed what the Leafs needed.
Yeah, and everything that's left out there is stupid expensive. Like Josh Manson's going to cost you an arm, a leg, a head,
right?
Through backs,
right? Yeah, I think you once threw out Dustin Byfuglien's name, which was interesting. He still hasn't been actually bought out. We hopped the gun on that one and said that he was, but he's still just. I think they went exploring trade options after that.
Yeah, so, I don't. It was reported that they were nearing.
That's still, but that's high risk, right? That's high.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be back this year either.
Right.
I think the move there is just offer him like a couple of like low round picks and see if they take that. Because like realistically, what are they going to do? Eventually, they're going to have to buy him out. So you'd rather just collect something off of them as opposed to nothing.
But I feel like they're waiting for a team maybe to say, okay, look, we actually need this.
I feel like
everybody needs defensemen right now, so they're in a buyer's market.
Yeah.
So like this,
I feel like they just hold on to him until trade deadline's over, so that they don't have to play against him this year. Could be a thing.
Maybe.
I don't know. That might just be
sucks for him though.
Yeah. Another D-man that's been on the market for the Leafs. I don't know about on the market, but his name has been out there, is Tyson Barrie.
So when they went on a bit of that like losing streak, apparently teams started calling, because I think that just goes to show how like few and far between good defensemen are left out there. That
you got to start calling on.
Yeah, and then they start calling Tyson Barrie, who they made a pretty big trade for him in the offseason. They shipped out Kadri,
franchise favorite in Nazem Kadri, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. So to bring in that, but he is an unrestricted free agent in the offseason. I think teams are thinking, you know what, if the Leafs don't have the money to sign him or don't think they're going to have the money to sign him, they might try to bring in like a piece plus a
Absolutely.
pick.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? You're not doing a good job as a GM if you're not doing your due diligence on just about everyone on your roster.
Right.
So I mean, I understand why you would take trade calls for him, but like I don't see the point in trading him. If you're trying to make a run, like I think every year you're trying to be a playoff contender, right? And I think I don't really understand.
Last night's game showed just exactly what they're capable of. I think like they were they played the Penguins very aggressively. They took advantage of pretty much all the scoring opportunities. Man, like Nylander's goal right through the 5-hole, like just a perfect shot. Right, got open, came over from Matthews. Like that's just they showed exactly what they could do, right? So if they continue to play like that all together, and they're gonna get hopefully better as they go. Kerfoot's been pretty rough this last little bit. I don't think he's scored in 2020 yet, is what they kept saying. So
he's had a tough stretch, but that third line looked a lot better.
Man. Yeah, and
when you throw Kerfoot down on that third line center role, like it looked a lot better with him and Cap.
And he's okay to do that, man. Yeah, he can move from 2 to 4. He understands the role on this team. He understands it's a team effort too, right? So that's cool to have. Yeah,
they did look a hell of a lot better yesterday.
They had some fight.
It kind of calmed Leafs Nation down a little bit because they were going a little bit nuts.
Okay, but what did I send you that picture yesterday, which was it was really true, pretty funny. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up quick here. But
it started with JT come home, Dubas signs JT. Address the defense, Dubas signs or acquires Muzzin and Barrie. We need toughness. He brings in Kyle Clifford. We need a backup. Dubas brings in Jack Campbell. And I think the Leafs go on like 3-game losing streak or something like that. And then just leaves Twitter, fire Dubas. Just like that's what Leafs Twitter's been for half of this season.
Love it.
And I'm like,
it's so true though.
It's spot on. Like the amount of people on Twitter that you'll go see and like fire Dubas was literally trending on Twitter.
Yeah. But so
And like,
right now, though, the way that I've been watching it too is Buffalo is never gaining traction. That's serious. Montreal, same sort of deal. Florida,
no,
same sort of deal.
Florida sucks right now.
The three teams that you were worried about are all struggling with the same, like pretty much the
Yep,
same issue, and that's
more
consistent.
than you are at this point.
Exactly, and they don't have the same like weapons that you do. Realistically, the
No,
same talent on their team.
no, God no.
So
It's just I think the most hilarious part of the whole fire Dubas thing is just like, oh, the one trying to argue that Lou Lamoriello would have been better for this team. Just don't get that. Look what the fuck he's done on the Islanders. Yeah, they're winning. They have the same amount of points as the Leafs right now, and they suck.
yeah,
Like they're boring. They're not going to win a cup.
I don't know.
Next,
They're a pretty good team though.
they're boring,
I
man.
like
They
what
can't
he's done
score.
though, man. He brings in okay.
They have
I don't
no
like the
goals.
Komarov signing, but like I enjoyed when they traded for Andy Green.
Actually,
I thought that was a good
they
move.
have 2 goals, and I think it's their last 12 periods. It's embarrassing. It's bad.
Okay.
Plus, they have a lot of shit contracts, and Dubas had to ship out a lot of really shit contracts because of the guy. But anyways, that's point one. And then the other thing I keep saying is they should have went with Mark Hunter instead. You're talking about a 200-year-old man that's never had an NHL GM job.
Yeah.
And you're going to tell me that he's a better fit for this team than
No, this guy does
Kyle
well.
Dubas?
So he was able to retain all three contracts of Marner, Nylander, and Matthews, which
and then bring in Tavares.
yes, and like name another GM who's been able to do that, and then also make trades that still bring in competitive talent. Like when you've gone up against something and you failed, he's gone, okay, you know what, something needs to be fixed, but we still like the core pieces of the team. We're going to keep the core pieces of the team. He's been able to balance that, and like he was signing those guys at the same time as he's bringing in these people. So like, I don't understand how you can say that he's failed as a
He's
GM
brought
right
in pieces to fix the team without losing anyone from the core.
No, and like he hasn't caused you, picks upon picks the way that Leafs used to do things. They just used to throw first round picks at everything, right? The way that teams are right now, and maybe he's thinking that no move is good move because everybody else is making a move, and he's thinking, you know what? Then if they make a move, that could actually mess them up, and we think that we're just getting started, that we've made our moves, we're gonna just work together, and see how this works out. So
he went a month and a half where he didn't even have the coach he wanted to coach. Like they wouldn't give him permission to fire the coach.
They didn't have the lines they wanted. Like, and they were struggling, and
they
then
weren't playing the team that he built the way that they should be played.
And what have we been talking about all year? That Pasternak's been unbelievable scoring the puck, and Tampa Bay has gone on 2 10-game win streaks.
Yeah.
So, and those are teams that you're in division, and you're still managing to be competitive and to
you're in a tough division, man. Like you have 2 of the best teams in hockey.
Yeah.
And they're still competing every day. Right. I mean, most days, anyways. There's some days where they're a little rough, but
yeah, the first Pittsburgh game, I think once they got out of it a little early, they were done. They gave up.
Yeah.
I think that one they just kind of packed it in, and then, but the very next time they came out and they, a 4-0 victory.
Yeah. So I tweeted out on the our Twitter page the other day, and I said, so Boston, the best team in the NHL. Lost 8 of 9 and 5 of 6 at different points this year. Tampa Bay, the second best team in the NHL, lost 4 of 5 and 4 of 6 at points this year. And at the time, Florida currently had 3 wins in their last 10.
Nice.
Like, it happens, man. You lose. Relax. It's fine. You don't need to bring in a guy that has never been a GM in his life or head GM in his life in the NHL level. There's a reason Mark Hunter, at 145 years old, has never found a job in the NHL, man. It's like there's been so many openings
right now, though. He just Benjamin buttoned it and flipped him.
Oh, I thought he was 100.
No, you said 2. I think you said 200 the first time. Yeah, he's getting a little younger.
245-year-old Mark Hunter. There's a reason he hasn't found a job in the NHL. And it's not like there hasn't been openings. He's never even got a look. The guy doesn't get interviewed.
And I'm okay to have Dubas grow within the position, stay there for years on end. Like, you want consistency within your GM position. You don't want to keep having to fire and rehire and fire and rehire. Like that just it gets and puts you in reset mode.
To the people who are arguing that he's had success in the OHL being the GM, he's with the London fucking Knights. They're the shadiest team in the CHL.
Hey, man.
Like, they do so much illegal shit, it's ridiculous.
They do so much great shit, though.
Yeah, they're
you
great.
Ever been to a London Knights game?
Apparently, it's ridiculous. I've never been.
They are absolutely off the wall. My buddy goes all the time.
Yeah.
we have got to go because they are apparently just
Yeah, I would love to go to a Knights game,
Yeah.
but that's like they're the shadiest team in the CHL, and it's not even close. Like they have a huge that's their reputation is the fact that they knowingly pay for players that they aren't allowed to do,
who cares?
and they get
Look at
away
the
with
names
it.
in the rafters, man. Go sit there.
Yeah,
we went there.
You can't
It's
do
great.
that if you're the Leafs GM though. Like
Remember
that's
the
not a
names?
thing you can
No,
do.
oh well.
It's a little harder to bring in guys when you can't illegally pay them.
But I think teams are now like they want to play at home. Realistically, they want to play for the home market.
Yeah,
and so Toronto is one of those markets that's competing and that can pay you, and they have a lot of support from the fan base. So spending tons of money, man, you're like you're okay with that?
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
It's fun to see. Leafs Twitter's hilarious. It's just if you
Leafs.
ever want to laugh, just scroll through Leafs Twitter. It's just it's brutal.
Pressure.
Leafs fans. Oh man,
even you feel the pressure.
Leafs media just as bad. Like the other day on Leafs Lunch, they had a segment. I didn't even listen to the segment because it's a joke, but they posted it on Facebook or Twitter or all of the above, and their headline was, "Is Kyle Dubas to blame for Frederik Andersen's struggles?"
Oh,
I'm like, what?
Why? Yeah.
Excuse me?
So him sitting up there watching him, it's the way that he looks at him.
The way he stares at the back of his head really makes Fred nervous.
He might have like a mic in him and goes, "Buddy, look, like left low pad," like just like said something to him, like which way you should save it. Yeah, and it just like no, he's giving him a buzzer every time it's gonna be like a slap shot, something like that.
He's banging on trash cans.
Exactly. Those aren't cheers from the orchestrator, no, man.
No. Yeah, it's bad. Freddie has not been good either.
I mean,
like I don't want to blame Kyle Dubas. He was really good yesterday. He only had to make 24 saves, but like in December, his save percentage is like an 870 something, or since December, sorry.
Okay, but you still managed to get by, and you still managed.
Yeah, I get that, but like if this team's going to be successful, he needs to be better.
But he's always good.
Yeah, I don't really think I'm hoping he bounces back and he's back to the Freddie that we know.
And honestly, though, even if he's not, like, did Jack Campbell really look all that bad when he was in that? Jack
Campbell looked really good.
Right. Okay.
So I'm happy with him as the backup.
You make it to the playoffs, and it's another situation of, all right, man. If you
Philip Grubauer this,
we have confidence to put you in there.
Yep.
And also, I think that if the Leafs go to Freddie and say, hey, look, we're gonna put Jack Campbell in to start a little more, he's going to go, you know what? I need to step up then, and I'm going to earn that spot back. And then when he gets back in, he's going to be back in. Like he's going to understand that it's a competition. He was in Anaheim when they had like the ring around the rosy with the goalies.
Yep.
Like they had like 8 goalies that were just like elite levels.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay.
Yep.
And then and then he waited and he got shipped out, right?
Yeah.
He came here.
A lot of people blame the defense on why he's so trash. I'm like, don't give me that. Like their expected goals
right now, though. What I want to give like the defense credit for is how young they are and the ability to take the pressure of being a defender in the Maple Leafs market. Right, we talked about it when Morgan Riley didn't get the captaincy. Like we think that it would just destroy him. Now you have like Hull, Logren, and Sandin who are not part of this team last year and not part of the vision for this year, realistically, for all three of them to be there. And yet here they are playing.
They're doing okay.
You're still winning games. And but you only need them to do okay.
Yeah.
What are you going to do then? You're going to send out a second, a third round pick, get yourself in cap trouble for what? A 4th, 5th, 6th defender, which these guys are okay at playing at. They're going to give you the same result.
You're barely going to upgrade, if that.
But these guys understand the system, though, because they've come up from the AHL. They've been part of the, you don't have to change the culture of the team.
No. Their defense hasn't been the problem either. Like, so their expected goals percentage is like, it's, I don't remember what the exact numbers are, but they're ranked, I think it's 12th in between the Arizona Coyotes and the New York Islanders. They're ahead of the New York Islanders, which is something like both of those two teams are known for their defense.
Their system is high risk, high reward. You can see it.
And it's
in the way, it's
been working apart from the fact that Freddie couldn't save a beach ball.
But that's what it is, though. It works when he is Freddie, and he is the goalie that takes a lot of shots. And that's why, like, the Leafs couldn't really have anybody else who's more of a, yeah, I'll give you like 20 to 25 solid saves. It's like, dude, I'm gonna have to give you 30 saves. 3 of these are gonna be on my ass,
On my
and
app.
on my abs, ass, head.
Just
Doesn't
everywhere.
matter, man. He's gonna
Yeah.
be everywhere. But it's
Yeah.
like, you know,
Yeah. It's one of those things is like people tried to blame the defense. I'm like, we're literally ranked among 2 teams that are supposed to be defensive stalwarts. I
but
mean, the defense hasn't been the problem.
no, it's. I think that's just more of a system that puts a defense at a secondary, and
Yeah.
that's where you're starting to say like when teams get blown out, like they get blown out, absolutely, but they're still in games. They're still like ridiculously close and have so many opportunities. I don't think there's been a game that I've seen recently where I'm like, oh man, you know what? They're out of it. Like they're done already. They're never gonna get this from the first goal or whatever. It's no, they're always in games.
No, they can always score. And it's
That's what makes them scary, man. If you can always
Yeah.
put the puck in the net, then you
have a
an
chance to
opportunity
win
to
every
win
game.
always. Yeah.
Yep. Like they did last night. We can go on to that game a little bit. We haven't touched on it a ton,
A little
but
bit.
it was a good game. They dominated for the most part against a team that they're not a bottom feeder. Like Pittsburgh is first in the Metro. They're third in the East.
Contending again, man. Yeah, they're
They're
back.
really
man.
good. And yes, they were missing Malkin for game 1, I think. I don't know about game 2. I didn't
Pretty
really
sure he's back.
Yeah. So
Couldn't remember, though. I didn't.
you have your full team. Team's really good, and they dominated them. They look like how the Leafs should.
Matt
And
Murray looks really bad.
game. Matt Murray looks bad all year. So
looks very bad. So that's a good sign.
yeah.
But I'm still always amazed at what Crosby can do, man. Watching him play,
so
just
that Tuesday game, man, he popped off 4 points.
Dude,
he's better than everyone.
He just says like I don't understand. He'll just be like, all right, you're moving that way. I'm just gonna throw the puck here. Doesn't matter if there's actually 6 people, including like 2 of my own. They're gonna go through everybody right to your tape, and you have a wide open net because the goalie's like, well, I didn't even see that.
No, I thought that was gonna hit one of the 9 people over there.
Yeah, why did that not hit a shin pad? Or it's like EA logic, you know, when it just goes through the skates and through the shin, but it doesn't. It just cleanly goes through it all.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah,
guy's incredible. Kasperi Kapanen looked good yesterday, and I've said for months, like, do not trade this guy because this is like the little bit of sandpaper that you need once he gets going.
But now though, because I remember they were saying, look, you could trade Kapanen or Janssen because they relatively thought they had the same player.
Yeah,
right. Same kind of style. But now that you're missing one for 6 months, you can't
trade this guy.
No, you're not going to.
You're not. And it's just like that's not a piece I use to bring in a defenseman because you're losing defense up front, which is like half of his role.
This is also part of the Phil Kessel deal still, right? This is your return for Phil Kessel. So I think as long as you're still paying that like a bit of that salary, it's almost like you know what? We have to keep the best thing from it, the high point of the return, which was Phil Kessel, because I don't remember which is Kapanen, because I don't remember what they did with the pick.
I don't
recall. Yeah, but that's what I mean, right? So and now you look at it, it's like is Kasperi Kapanen? Oh, we have breaking news. Breaking news right now.
Not on the Leafs, but
no. Okay.
The Bruins are going to acquire winger Andre Kasha from the Ducks.
Jeez Louise. For David Backes. Wow.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't even see the return.
And a first-round pick.
Wow. A first.
Yeah. So because David Backes is an AHL guy right now, so that's money. And then the first-round pick is going to be like probably a 31st or something.
Yeah.
That'll be good for them.
Yeah, pretty big pick. Sucks for the Leafs, but
yep. That guy's fast. That guy
he can play
offensively. Yeah, another depth piece.
I think he got ran over by Muzzin.
All right. Well, hopefully we can do that some more.
They just keep doing that. We'll do that all series. I probably won't be. Probably be Tampa, I guess.
But yeah,
anyways,
so that's the Leafs. Anyways.
Just quick. We didn't really touch on it. Was the Cap fight, which was. I love that. That's kind of what I was trying to get at with Cap. Is like he can buzz by guys and he can score on breakaways like he did.
Yeah.
And he's really talented with the puck, but like just got that. He's got that level of toughness that you don't really notice until he just gets going.
Right.
And he goes and he fights Jared McCann last night, I think it was, after running over Hornquist. And
nice.
I love to see it.
Oh,
like that.
You want to see it.
Yeah, that's something you needed at Kasperi Kapanen to get max value for the guy. And
no injury, too, which is nice.
Yeah, it's great.
So love it.
Great. He looked solid in that fight too. He didn't look like he was a forward.
On a team that you don't really have any fight, like Clifford's now you're a fighter.
Yeah,
that's it. Like that's really who you're gonna look.
Tough, but
you don't want Jake Muzzin doing that right now, especially when you don't have like a Morgan Riley or someone like that's.
He's your only D-man.
Yes, you need Jake Muzzin.
Great last night, by the way. I forgot to kind of throw that in. That might have been the best game of Jake Muzzin's career. He had a goal, 2 assists.
Career, buddy. He went on some cup runs. Let's not call it a career.
Did I say career?
His Maple Leaf career, yeah.
Maple Leaf career is what I meant.
Okay.
He had a goal, 2 assists.
Okay, I think he was pretty.
He was okay.
Pretty influential in those.
He was also like the third D-man in that run.
No, he played like with Drew Doughty most.
Yeah,
on one of
but
them.
They had who else did they have in that?
Alec Martinez.
Yeah.
They had a Green. I think it was not Andy Green, but maybe it was. I can't remember. No, it was a Green with an E on the end. I know that.
I don't even remember. Either way, he was like the second, third D-man.
They made some trades too for some players. But yeah. Rob Scuderi.
Right.
What a name. Yeah, that's a name.
Either way, he was that was easily the best game of his Leafs career.
Perfect.
And I love it. If he can continue to do that for the rest of the season,
this is where you keep going.
5.5.
You need to get third because catching first and second is impossible.
No,
so you need right
15
now,
points clear.
Which is why they're not really like. I think they're more or less deciding. Do we like? How do we play this?
Yeah.
Which way do we go? Do we want third? Like, do you realistically want third, or do you want the first wild card if you can like firmly lock that up? Right.
That wild card race is a nightmare right now too. Like, so absolutely. The Leafs are sitting at 72 points with 62 games played.
Right.
The Columbus Blue Jackets are in the first wild card spot with 73 points in 62 games, and then the Islanders are in that second wild card spot.
You love that team.
Oh, I love watching them lose. 72 points in 59 games. So, and then Carolina also 72 points in 59 games. Right. Florida 70 points in 61 games. But the Rangers 66 and 59. So like it's close.
Florida goes to 70, and then. Right, but that's So you don't really want to drop in there because then you might miss out on the playoffs.
Exactly. Like I am much more comfortable just blowing Florida out of the water and taking that third spot.
Yeah, so you need to win these. I honestly thought there was a little more of a gap there, but
I feel much safer in the third slot than I do. And then even like Philadelphia's only got 75, right? Like they're still technically in that race. Like it's a nightmare.
Hopefully you see Boston again, man. Honestly, I'm not scared of playing Boston in another round.
I am never really scared of Boston.
I would be more scared of Tampa again. Like Tampa looks flying. Tampa just looks like they're back with something. Like they're pissed off. They're playing with purpose now, and they know it.
It's fine. They're gonna win them. They're gonna win themselves into the President's Trophy and just take themselves out of contention for the cup because that's just kind of how it works.
That's what
President's Trophy winners don't win the cup.
Never.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I guess that's enough on the Leafs, eh?
Yeah, they're not too good to talk about. Not too much.
Nobody likes the Leafs.
Nobody. Not even Leafs like the Leafs.
We don't have a ton on the rest of the league. Like there wasn't much as far as news that happened in the last little bit, unless I just missed things.
No, it's pretty. There's no skates to the chest or attempted murders.
No, exactly.
So pretty good, yeah.
News that crossed the wire today was Zach Bogosian got placed on conditional waivers.
Yeah.
Apparently he's going to be released, which I think would be a fun acquisition.
Buffalo's been awful, right? I'll touch on this trade right now because I don't think it's a really big deal, but Scandella actually started about a month and a bit ago in Buffalo for a fourth-round pick. And then you watch him get traded for a second and a conditional fourth-round pick.
They blew that.
Buffalo.
That was
bad. So, thank you, Buffalo. Yeah, no, they've been bad. They've been really just struggling. Yeah. And like Jeff Skinner's completely dropped off the map. They've given him no opportunity to go back with Eichel to even pick it up. They're like, this is done.
The thing I see with Skinner is that if you're making that much money, you shouldn't have to play with Jack Eichel.
No, but you had a 40-goal season with him. I think it was 30-goal season.
I understand. Jack Eichel obviously makes him better. Right. That's not. I have no argument against that. He is obviously.
If you need to get going, go for like 2 games, 3 games.
But just like you're paying the guy, was it $9 million a year?
No,
I'm
Is
pretty
he?
sure it's close to. Yeah.
It was like
If I
five
could,
something.
no, dude.
My goodness, Jeff
It's a
Skinner does
lot.
not get paid that much. No
That's what I.
wonder he switched over from figure skating. I don't know if figure skating can pay you that much to just
Oh,
skate around.
God, no. God, no.
No,
Guys
I
making.
thought it was
Yeah,
like five
8 years,
something.
9 a year.
Oh,
Yeah, so if you're paying a guy
oh,
$9 million a year, you should be able to carry your own line.
Jeff
I'm
Skinner,
sorry.
yeah,
Like I know their argument, like a lot of their fans' argument too, is like, oh, they don't play him with Jack Eichel. You shouldn't have to.
yes, I understand that, but unfortunately, like for $9 million, he should be on your top line.
Absolutely, I don't disagree with
So
that.
then it doesn't matter. Like then you make it work there, and there's
Yeah,
somebody else that has to fluctuate down. If he's not performing, then it's like, yeah, you know what? Sit on the top line, then let's try. Like I don't know. You need to have something to get him
make the
going, right?
contract kind of worth it.
He is shown, yeah, and then at least enough to sell it off if you could, right? That is a tough one to get rid of
You're
completely.
not true.
No, you screwed it, so you need to make the best of it. So why is the best of it just letting him sit third, fourth line, maybe
Is
second line?
is
Just like,
seven more years.
yeah, exactly. He's gonna get discouraged. He's not gonna want to play, and you're gonna have another shit like team culture there. That's what Buffalo always has, man. Jack Eichel's not gonna want to be there much longer if this keeps.
No, they have a permanent culture of losing.
Yes, so like
In
fix
the
that.
entire city of Buffalo.
Fix that. They proved that they can play together a little bit, and you
Yeah.
have a little more depth than you did before, but not if you're making stupid trades like that.
No.
Just getting rid of pieces. Now you're just dropping defenseman to drop defenseman.
Yep.
So
Yeah. Buffalo's a trash heap. They have been for years.
I want to go to a game. I don't know if you're interested.
I'd be down.
Season
Just
tickets,
go.
they're pretty cheap.
All right. Yeah. I feel like all tickets there are pretty cheap right now.
Dude, they were like not even like $50, I think.
Yeah, I think we could do that. All right. Other bits around the league here. Ovi finally scored. He didn't hit 700, but the guy's been at 698 for about a year.
Yep. Good,
which
good
is nuts.
bomb too. Rolling pup.
Yeah, he had 14 and 7, and then none in his next 5. I'm like, that's yikes. But
yeah, and
sorry, go ahead.
No, but like this time, because they went to the overtime, right? And Ovi got on the ice, and I think within like, I don't know how long of him being on the ice though, but that's when Holtby just lets a real soft one through the 5-hole, and it's over. And you can just see like the crowd was standing up, and they were like
ready for
excited.
700.
They were like, "Oh, this is it, Ovi 3-on-3. How do you not score this?" And then it's just like a pass from Domi to like Ben Sherratt, and all you see is this 5-hole like blast, and it was like silence. Like it was just that was it. You're like, all right, well,
take
tomorrow
all the air out of the building.
There's another day. Yeah.
I hope he gets to 700 soon because I'm kind of tired of him not.
I didn't think it would take this long for him.
No, I think I was talking about this last night. I think their problem is they tried to change their ways so that they can get him 700. They're like, feed Ovi, we need to get him 700.
But
I think it's hurting them.
Yeah, this is a little better where it's let him do it on where he does it, like where he figures it out. And your power play is designed for him, always has been. He always finds a way to have goals.
There's always those secondary options, right?
Yeah.
Like because Carlson can score and Oshie can score and Backstrom can score and the entire team can score. So you can't just focus on Ovi, but when they're solely feeding Ovi, it's kind of like, well, there's no sense in pointing anyone else out because they're going him. They want 700. So I think they tried to change that. Maybe that's what they did yesterday a little better, but they're on a tough run too.
699.
They haven't been.
Hopefully, gets to 7. Yeah, they're still gonna make it though. They're the Washington Capitals. They're dangerous.
They're in a safe spot.
Yeah. So going from, I was gonna say going from looking for 700 to finding his first number one.
He scored 10 seconds into his first career shift in the NHL.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah, I know
that like Taves scored on his first shot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
10
like
seconds.
Yeah,
he played 10 seconds in the NHL and already has a goal.
Yeah, good for you. Hopefully that's not your last, kid.
That's a hell of a pace.
It's tough to keep that up. But at least, it's done. It's over with. You're like, all right. Because those kids that just get hung up on the first and they're like waiting, and then it just becomes this thought every time of like, what am I doing wrong? And it's not even that you're doing anything wrong, right? There's times where it's not going in.
Like, oh,
that's it. So hey, and he gets the goalie.
Yeah. So it was really funny because the day before, we're talking with my brother and a couple of his friends, and they were talking about Velarde because they played against him back when they were younger, and they're like, "What happened to that guy?" And I think it was Darian goes, "Yeah, he got back surgery. He had to basically retire from the OHL."
Right.
And we're like, "Oh, so like he's done then? He's not playing?" We're like, that, "Last I heard, that was like his back's done. He's not playing." And then the next night, Gabe Velarde makes his debut and scores a goal. We're like, "Oh, apparently Gabe Velarde's fine."
He's still doing well.
So
dude. That's funny. They got another guy on that team that like I knew, and it was kind of like, oh yeah, I used to watch him. He played for the New Mexico Hurricanes. Like just kind of knew about him, and I was like, I wonder what he's doing now. And I was like, oh, LA Kings defenseman. Okay, so it worked out.
NHL. Oh,
yeah, it worked
okay,
out.
so he was that good.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh no, you knew I kind of knew he would be, and especially with the whole like work hard method and buying the system, and if you're a coach's player, then you can get a good opportunity there. So. Yeah, it was. That's pretty interesting. It's always funny just to see.
Yeah.
Hear a name. You're like, I wonder what. Oh, yeah, you actually. Okay, hey, what's up?
There he is. He's not.
First
he's
goal.
Not
10 seconds in. Yeah, I think they won that game too. Actually.
They did. Thank you.
Yes.
They beat Florida, which helped the Leafs a lot. I looked at that game and I was like, okay, so if Toronto wins and Florida loses, then we're 2 points clear with a game in hand.
Bobrovsky looks bad.
Oh, he's really bad, but that's fine. that's fine by me. But like, I looked at the schedule and I'm like, man, they play the Kings. Like the odds of us getting a loss from them, not very high. And they did it. I'm like, all right. Trevor Moore scored.
See, still helping the Leafs.
Velarde netted his first. There's a bunch of names.
Probably.
Bunch of names I've never heard of on that score sheet too. Which
that's okay.
Hilarious.
Yeah, but still got Kopitar doing his
thing.
Have
Kopitar. Still have Doughty.
Quick. Quick's not so good anymore. Do you think he's just gonna change his name to Slow? I'll just give up and just like I'm not Jonathan Slow now. That's it. Yeah. Or just change his last name to Coasting. Jonathan Coasting. Yeah, I'm just
done with my career.
Yeah.
It was like so Gabe Velarde from Curtis McDermott.
Nice.
High
Dude,
profile.
that guy's a real fighter. I've seen him in some scraps.
And then their second goal, names Drew Doughty from Kempe and Kopitar. Okay, heard of them.
Oh, Adrian Kempe, the NHL killer.
Yeah. And then Trevor Moore from Drew Doughty, big name, and Blake Lizotte.
You know what? I've heard the name. I've never heard
like,
yeah.
Martin Frick. No vowels in his name.
I've heard the name. I've heard the name.
FRK.
Is he German?
I would assume. From Velarde and Matt Roy or Wah, I'm not sure. And then the game winner from Ben Hutton.
Wow.
From Alex Iafallo.
Wasn't Ben Hutton like almost dead at one point?
I don't know.
I think so. Remember he was the one that Taylor Hall wasn't that the one Taylor Hall crushed around the net and like
probably. I don't know.
Man,
I don't remember. That's that Kings team, and they beat the Florida Panthers. Thank you, Los Angeles.
Thank you very much, Los Angeles.
Moving on to the rival boys in Boston. Did you see Louis DeBrusk interviewing Jake DeBrusk?
No.
That was really cool. So they did the little bench interview where he skates are like where they come off the warm-up skate and they go talk to the reporter or whatever. Yep. And it was Louis DeBrusk doing the Bruins, and he got Jake DeBrusk in. And it was just kind of it was a fun banter thing that they went through where Louis was asking him about stuff playing in front of home and stuff like that. Yeah. And Jake answered was like he had like this quick little snippet of his dad, and it was just like something I don't even remember what it was. I watched it yesterday, but he get a little snippet of his dad, which is hilarious. It is. It's tough. And then like you got near the end, and you can kind of see the father-son relationship near the end because like Louis goes, "Hey, good luck out there, buddy." And he goes, "Thanks, Dad. Love you." And skates away.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm like, oh, it was just so cute. Like Jake DeBrusk,
they're human, you know.
Yeah, as much as I hate playing against Jake DeBrusk because I think he's a bit of an asshole on the ice, he's a really good guy, and it was nice to see that.
His dad, so
he just loves his dad. And I thought that was cool. Good to show a little, little human emotion. It was nice.
There's humanity in the game, after all.
Yep. All right, we might as well just get to trades.
We're on the trades
because we've waited this long.
Yeah, we built the anticipation. I feel
we have not hit the trade deadline yet, and we already have
hopefully not
everybody off the board
again immediately after.
Oh,
I think all my picks are gone. Actually, if I was thinking about it, because
one of mine finally hit the board.
Toffoli's gone, and Martinez is gone.
Yeah.
And I can't remember my third, but
yeah.
I was pretty confident on those two.
Of the 4 names I have on our list right now, like on this on our docs, 3 of them were in my article that I said the Leafs should try and go after. They didn't get any of them.
No.
Same with Blake Coleman, who's already gone.
Yep.
And yeah, it's good.
Wayne Simmons is still available, so hey.
Vancouver tried, didn't have enough cap space, so that didn't work.
Good.
I would not. That, you know what? Them being capped out is probably the biggest blessing in disguise.
Yeah,
now they don't have to have Wayne Simmons on that team.
No.
He
for them, it's blessing in disguise for them. I don't think.
Yeah, exactly.
But they will.
No, they don't need Wayne Simmons. He's not good anymore. Sorry. Anyways, first trade that came across the board was literally 20 minutes after we finished it. And I think I said it on the podcast. I'm like, I can't wait until someone gets traded at 3:00. And I think he got traded at like 3:30 or something like that.
2:24. I looked at the time and laughed.
Okay.
Yeah, I laughed.
It was like,
oh, we're close.
Before when I said the time.
It was great.
So Dylan DeMello went to the Jets for a 3rd round pick. Like, sorry, the Leafs couldn't match that? Like, I'm like, that's a guy you want to go after.
Maybe it's a matter of teams, though, as well, right? Like, you don't want to trade. But the cost of trade in the division is also
Ottawa is the worst for that too. They won't trade teams in their division, and I think that was 100% what happened here. Is they saw the Leafs need, and they're like, no, we're going to get less from a different team.
After the whole Phaneuf thing, I think they were like, you know what?
You're just plain stupid.
That hurt.
Like
they
said, I think it was last year, whenever they were trading Carlson. Yeah. They said, we don't want to trade him to a team in the division. Like, are you dumb?
I know.
Like, you trade to whatever team you get the max assets from. And in this deal, too, if the max assets are coming from Toronto, you trade him to Toronto.
They don't care.
Because you are not competing with Toronto.
They're wanting him out.
You're trying to get Alexis Lafreniere. Is what you're doing. You don't give a shit what Toronto does. If they win the cup, cool.
Awesome.
You weren't going to stop them doing that this year. I think they're I don't know. I think they could have got a lot more for Dylan DeMello than what they did.
Maybe it's a relationship thing too.
Yeah.
I think there's something more. There could be more than we're seeing.
Maybe there could be a lot more of that situation. But yeah, it was an interesting trade. Big pickup for the Jets.
That's a good for a 3rd round pick too. That's a big bargain deal. They stay competitive. They will because they're moving up the standings now, right? They were. Yeah. I remember they were near the bottom at one point. Now they're taking advantage of the.
They were never in like that bottom echelon that was really bad, but they were.
They're in the shithawks area.
On the outside looking in.
Yeah, now they're holding the first wild card spot. It's not bad. Yeah, they're pretty clear on Washington as well. Or sorry, on Nashville. They got 4 points up on them.
Yeah,
Washington's on the other side.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know.
Washington.
Clear Washington.
I mean, hey,
they could.
They gotta get over.
Yeah, they also got Calgary and Arizona nipping at their heels. But
oh well.
That's okay. Vancouver dropped out of the first Pacific slot. I'm a little disappointed.
See, Vegas. Okay, so that's what I was actually going to mention because Vegas traded for Alec Martinez.
Yeah, we can just get to
2 seconds. Yeah, because over 2 seconds. But also, they fired their coach this year, and are doing better. Yeah, Gerard Gallant got fired, and Peter DeBoer came in.
Yeah, because Fleury was playing at a 880.
And now they're just doing unreal, and they're like, okay, getting better. Like, I don't think any other team that fired their coach this year is still competing the way that this team is.
No. The one thing I haven't mentioned on the podcast a lot this year was I picked Fleury for the Vezina.
Did you actually?
That's the one pick I look back at, and I'm like, oh, that was bad. Because the rest of them I nailed. Like, I think I had Nate Mac for Hart.
We got to look at the
I think
I always picked Vasilevsky.
I think I had Nate Mac for Hart, Cale Makar for Calder.
Right.
I don't know who I had for Norris.
I think I had Quinn Hughes. Oh, I might have had Erik Karlsson. I know I had Erik Karlsson.
I did not
for Norris, and he got shut
down.
But
like the one pick I look at, and I'm like, that's not good. Marc-Andre Fleury for Boston. I'm like, ooh, yeah, he's been tough, and like that's why they. Man. But he stepped it back up, and they're winning again. So this was a big pick. I think this is a big pick.
Getting Martinez too. Yeah, he looked really good in his game last night, and they're a really good team. Solid lines through and through, man. Like still have some star
power. They're just
power.
Even. They're like an even team, top to bottom.
They don't have any I wouldn't give them any elite players.
Well, I mean, they have a really good first line in Riley Smith.
Right, but none of those guys
is on that line. Marchessault and Stats.
Oh, I thought maybe Karlsson.
I could be wrong.
Who
I
knows?
thought it was Stastny.
Stastny was there last night. Like he scored a goal. He scored a beautiful tip in from Riley Smith.
Yeah.
So
I didn't see the game.
but they don't have any elite players though, right? They just have
No. Well,
players, so
Marcia Sol and Riley Smith are getting up there. They're starting to become elite.
I wouldn't call them like elite in today's game though. To be elite,
No,
they maybe say maybe they're like all-star worthy, but they're not like I wouldn't say they're in the elite category.
Jesus.
Or the elite.
So they're not even in their first line. They're their second line.
Yeah.
So Daily Faceoff has like this rankings thing, and they have the first line of Pacioretty, William Karlsson, and Mark Stone. It's the sixth ranked line one in the league, and then their second line, Marcia Sol, Stastny, Riley Smith. So I was right. Is the fourth ranked line two in the league, and then it just falls off from there.
But they're unreal.
Chandler Stevenson, Cody Eakin, Nick Roy, Nick Waugh, William Carrier.
You don't know which way to go on that one.
I never know which one's which. Like, are you American or are you French? Like, I'm not sure.
Let me know. Put something there.
Yeah.
Give me a little indication. Yeah.
They have the second best D pairing.
Yeah.
Second pairing in the league.
Right.
They're good. They're just good top to bottom.
Yep. And they got a little better too. Yeah, that's really good for second round picks. I don't know if Vegas is still like stockpiling all those picks from when they went.
So I think they're running out.
Okay. But still though, they're competitive and you need to stay competitive.
Yeah. I like it.
They are. They could win. I think they're pretty well locked to win that division. They're the most solid team top to bottom. And I know that it's a close race right now, but like
all right.
I get that, but
Vancouver and Edmonton are 2 and 3 points back, I think it is.
Yeah, but like Mark,
two games in hand too.
I think Mark Stone though is gonna take a step forward. Yeah,
right.
The rest of the season, and
yeah, we'll see. I think Vancouver still has a good chance to win it, but it might be.
I mean, I'd like to think so.
That might be
I picked Quinn Hughes for Calder, so I think if they do that, then yeah.
Yeah, that's a race too.
Quinn Hughes.
That'll be fun to talk about when we get closer.
Yeah, maybe next pod.
Another deal that fell across the wire was Brendan Dillon to the Caps for a second and conditional third. So here's the thing: like Brendan Dillon is comparable, if not less, than what Dylan DeMello is, and he netted a second and a conditional third. I'm like, why didn't you get that?
Well, I think Brendan Dillon actually.
Why aren't you trying?
A lot of people. I don't know. I heard good things about Brendan Dillon.
Yeah, Brendan Dillon's also a free agent at the end of the year.
Right, so I think that's a conditional third. That's usually where you have to slap the conditional something on them, and maybe Ottawa just didn't care as much, right? Like Ottawa's like, whatever.
DeMello's also a free agent at the end of the year.
So maybe he's just gonna go back. Maybe DeMello's like, yeah, I'll come back. I'll make a little bit of a run. And
it's weird that there wasn't a conditional pick on that one too.
I think maybe they talked and he said, hey, we'll sign. Like
a little insider trading.
Maybe he just said, yeah, there's no way I'm going to go back to Winnipeg. I don't want to stay there as part of that team. So I'm not going to stay. I'll go there for the year. And, you know what, we can talk about coming back. Maybe he's a guy that enjoys the culture. Who knows?
Yeah. He could like it there.
People talk, man. They talk. But no, but Brendan Dillon, I think, was a really good, like, not really talked about name that Washington kind of went out and grabbed. And no,
I had him in that article for the Leafs.
Nice.
He did not go to the Leafs.
So who is it then? So who's your last name that you think the Leafs are?
Damon Severson's on there.
I've heard Sammy Vatanen
not cooperating. I did not throw Sammy Vatanen.
No, but I've heard Sammy Vatanen. I've heard Sammy Vatanen.
Josh Manson I have on the article, but I don't want Josh Manson. Personally,
did you see him get into it with Tyler Myers, though, man.
Oh, dude,
shit, he jumped him.
Tyler Myers, and Tyler Myers is not a little dude.
No, and like the one punch as he's going to the ice. Oh man,
you know what I forgot to mention? Speaking of little dude, did you see Nathan Gerby last night?
Yes.
Oh my god.
But Sanheim, that was almost like a matter of like, I'm so big, I don't want to. And Nathan Gerby's like, I don't even care. I'm just gonna take you down. Like that was it. It was awesome. He laid a huge hit.
He ran over.
Oh yeah. Oh man, laid a huge hit.
5'1.5" Nathan Gerby just runs over Giroux.
Yeah, he's good.
Wow,
I love that.
Like 6'1" Travis Sanheim.
What do you mean? That dude's like 6'3" easily. 6'4".
But yeah,
I don't know. He's huge.
Either way,
maybe he looks much bigger than Nathan Gerby's. Like 5'1.5".
Just like fighting a child, and Gerby's like, "Let's go!" It was awesome. I loved it.
You know when you used to like wrestle with your dad, and he did kind of let you take him down. that,
like,
you
I
know,
don't
it just
hurt you, son. Let me
yeah, I'm
like,
just gonna go to my back and just like and then he picks him up in like an airplane or something. We just didn't see that part.
There's fucking Travis Sandheim giving Nathan Gerby an airplane.
That would be it. You know, just like all right, now go to the penalty box.
I can totally see it.
That's what it was nice. It was a little spirited Russell
Yeah.
tussle.
It was a
Russell
nice little
tussle.
wrasling match. It was just hilarious to see Gerby just
Yeah,
oompa looping around there, just hitting
to
everything.
the ground because he swung no punches. They both
Yeah.
didn't. And when he went
Yeah.
to the ground on his back, it was almost like you kind of just gave him too much leverage at first.
Yeah.
And then, like, oh, you're just like wrestling your kid.
I think Sandheim saw Giroux get run over. He's like, I need to defend this because I'm the big guy in the ice. And he goes over and he grabs him. He's like, oh my God, this guy's a midget.
Yeah. Like, how do I think maybe that was the issue.
He's just like, I can't, if I hit him, I'm going to snap him in half. So he kind of just like turtled a little bit. And Gerby doesn't give a shit. He's just going at him like, I might as well fight. And it was just fun to watch. It was hilarious. I loved it.
Part of the game. Love the part of the game.
I loved it. It was hilarious. I don't even know. Oh yeah, Josh Manson. I don't like it because it's going to be really expensive, and I don't think
anything at this point is expensive. So I just want to see them kind of stand.
Yeah.
Like I would be upset if they stood pat.
If they get a deal where you don't have to lose someone from the roster and you
but you're gonna.
I love that. I know that's what I mean.
But it's picks or it's something.
I don't care about pick. I don't mind giving up picks, and I don't mind giving up Travis Dermott at this point because I think he's going to cost you too much for what he's been. He hasn't been very good, and I think that's a piece you could dangle. I'm like, that's fine, but outside of that, that's it. I'm not looking down the Janssen, Kapanen, Kerfoot thing anymore.
Oh, I don't like Kerfoot to move.
No,
I want to keep. I don't like the trade the piece and then trade the piece again. No. Like let them get a chance to gain their feet. And yeah, he goes through a bit of a spell, but it doesn't mean he's gonna finish that way. And
I saw someone put up a trade. It was on Leafs Twitter, so take this with a grain of salt. They proposed it was like Dermott, Kapanen, and then the futures you'd get from trading Tyson Barrie, which would likely be like 2 seconds and a prospect, and then he goes and another prospect for Josh Manson and Andre Kasha.
No.
I'm like, what the fuck? No.
Dude, they just gave up a first and David Backes, so not even really a competing
for Kasha.
Yeah, so that was basically just money and a protected first that I just saw. I don't know what the protected is on it. Probably something about a top 3. Some stupid protection on it.
Yeah,
that won't matter for them. I don't know, but yeah.
I did not like it.
No, I'm happy that they haven't made that decision yet or felt the need to. So Boston will retain 25% of the salary as well. So because his salary is $6 million.
I was trying to find that tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, Severson, Manson, add Joe Thornton on the list too because I think that would be fun.
Right. Oh wow! So David Backes, Axel Anderson, and a 2020 first-round pick. Sorry, is what it was.
Axel Anderson. That is a fucking handle.
He is a second-round pick in 2018.
Who was the guy we found? Was it 2 weeks ago that had a wicked handle that we were supposed to cheer for the rest of our lives?
Oh, something Steel Walker.
Steel Walker.
That's Steel Walker. I want to know who
Where was he from? Why did that name come to be?
Is he a baseball player? He is a baseball player.
Is he?
That's what it says. Steel Simons Walker is an outfielder for the Texas Rangers.
Oh, that was in
the names.
Okay,
yeah,
right.
Steel Walker. Right.
Okay.
Not even hockey.
No, sorry, wrong sport.
Wrong sport. Check out our other podcast. We'll be starting up soon.
That other sport's a joke. Oh shit, we got to get on that.
Baseball,
I guess spring training is here.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Cool.
So. Thanks for catching us on this one. We appreciate your viewership.
Yeah, if you don't mind, we also need viewers on the other one.
Here's a baseball one.
Final name I had on that thing was Trevor Daley.
Oh,
I think he wouldn't cost very much, and I wouldn't hate bringing him in.
No, I think
he's good defensive guy. He doesn't have to be a top 6. So
great skater.
36 years old though.
He's a good skater still.
Yeah. I'd be okay with that one. So yeah, and then Marco Scandella was the other one we had on the trade that went down,
and he's gone.
Yeah, I didn't have him on the list. He's
No, we
just gonna
mentioned, but I mentioned him earlier with this.
Yeah.
Because Buffalo flipped him awfully.
Yeah, that's hilarious, man. Like,
Love it.
good on Montreal though.
Yeah.
Like,
Get the
that's
most you can out of him.
quick return for that because I
Yeah.
think Buffalo's gonna have worse picks now too.
Probably.
I think, or yeah. So
Well, they don't
I
have a
like it.
second.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So nice pick. Yeah, that's pretty
Kind of
much it.
reminds you. It's like a tamer version of the Carlson flip.
Yeah, exactly. Not as much on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're
done. We don't have anything else until 20 minutes after we finish this episode when everyone gets
traded. Yeah.
So by the time you're listening to this, our episode's going to be out of date. And I'm sorry.
Grant is
not much we could do
on these things. No.
Not even that. Even if I posted it like 10 minutes after, there's probably going to be a trade.
Absolutely. That's the way it works.
My computer just doesn't render in time to get it out before trades. Sorry.
That's the way the cookie crumbles, buddy.
Yep. Thanks for listening. As always, we appreciate it.
As always. Wow.
Yeah. Don't forget to follow us at the A Sports, at Two Way Hockey. Hit subscribe down below. Hit like.
Low.
Comment because we'd like comments.
We're pretty bored.
I like talking to people on. We don't do much.
Just ramble.
Kind of just do nothing all day and go to work at night.
Ramble.
10 days of work in a row, and I kind of just
such a hero.
Yeah, I'm just here to make money.
Awesome.
That's all I do. Yeah. So do all that stuff. Visit the asports.com. Right, there's a .com in there. My bad. Yeah. Send me nicknames. I need help, please. Thank you. Have a good one. Cheers.